5:15. Time for a meeting. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the record will show that all...
Squats in today.
I bluffed, I know. All council members are in attendance today. We'll move on to the consent agenda, which includes approval of minutes of the July 14th, 25 meeting, approval of bills and claims, license and permits, which include renewal of Class C retail alcohol license with outdoor service, Las Tarascas Mexican Mart, I apologize, I might not have that one right. Renewal of Class C retail alcohol license with outdoor service, J. Muggenberg LLC doing business as Hourglass LLC. New 5-day Class C retail alcohol license with outdoor service, Cloud Wine LLC doing business as Lucky Wife Wine Slushies for the live and local event on August 14th. And a new 5-day Class C retail alcohol license for Cloud Wine, same business, for the event on August 28th, 25 at Choice Auto. Also includes the fiscal year 26 outside agencies funding agreement resolutions and infill housing incentive program application. Any questions?
I do have a question, I guess, on this Lucky Wife wine slushies. Maybe I asked this before, I don't remember. Can they get like just a longer period? Whatever they're doing is obviously working because they're in here on every single one of these.
It's run by the state, so I don't know if we can dictate. I think you can have certain periods or you can have an annual one, but I don't know if we can say, hey, yeah, go ahead. But actually, reason why is because they move, so it has to be a different one each time.
Okay, I was trying to save them some time, obviously they're not, you know.
Yes, agreed.
Oh, yeah, all right.
They're doing well, I think, though.
Yeah, they're on each one of these, so I just figured, okay. We'll keep up the good work, Lucky Wine Wife Slushies.
All right, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Oh boy, that's close.
Second.
Tom,
That was tied.
Jason seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Atherton,
Yes.
Bauer,
Yes.
Morganero.
Yes.
Burks,
Yes.
Schreck,
Yes.
Seaman,
Yes.
motion carried.
Very good. We'll move on to oral requests and communications from the audience. Is there anyone in the audience who would wish to address us? Take 5 minutes and 5 minutes on anything. It would have to be on anything that's not on the agenda this evening. And go ahead and state your name.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you.
Barry Bruner, Carroll, Iowa. I'm here because my neighbor wanted me to come to this meeting to extend the length of your meeting longer than the Board of Supervisors this morning.
Okay.
That's all I have. No.
Very good.
Real.
All right, the clock started already, just so you know.
Okay, all right. Real quick, the state baseball tournament in Carroll last week, again, was, to me, just fascinating. I see Chad's here. He needs to be thanked for his work. And Dirksey was running around with a golf cart. I don't know if he was actually a volunteer or
I saw him
not.
directing traffic, so he must have.
Did you, really? Okay, all right.
My life out there.
All right. Brad isn't here, but one of his officers, Heller, happened to be there for a right time after a real tough call at home plate at the end of a game, and he walked him out of the stadium, which was, I mean, there wasn't any rocks or anything thrown, but there were lots of cranky baseball players. Brother Dave and his group set up the volunteers. Just again, fascinating to see all of these people, the city employees. And then there was a unique aspect this year. One of the councilmen here got involved. He's to my right. He created Korean tacos for the Carroll Tigers food trailer. Best darn food I've ever had down there. Korean tacos. And I just want.
Probably don't go there enough, it's all good.
Well, yeah, that's true. I try and stay away. But by accident, I saw it, Korean tacos. They're fabulous. I'm gonna have one every week, at least, the rest of my life.
I'll hook you up, Barry, don't worry.
But
You'll be fine.
anyway, thank you. It's the neatest event for our community. It's interesting how people smile when they come in and when they leave. Mary and I are getting out for the last game, the last championship game. And the Martinsdale St. Mary's people were getting in their cars. There was a father loading his son's baseball stuff. And then there were grandparents, obviously. And I just said hi to them. I said, how'd the game go? And Grandma comes up to me and says, oh, we got beat. And then Grandpa comes over and says, we hit them right to them. And they hit them right between our players. And the son is standing there watching them. And we visited for 10 minutes. And they just loved being in Carroll. And I don't know what other event brings people like this. Their teams lose and they're happy to have been here. So it is great, great fun. And that's why the association loves being here. There's nothing that they can ask for or that they need. The Carroll gang of organizers and volunteers doesn't get it done for them. And it's great, and I want to I wish Chad would have been here. I'll talk to him privately. Wendy is taking the position of all. I want to make sure that you have this in the library. And I wanted to get Vicky here, because Vicky Gatch did this, and she'll come the next meeting, and you guys can all get a copy from her. It is the coolest history of Merchants Park you've ever seen. And it's all true, because Vicky researches it all. Again, thank you. Realize how important Merchants Park is, how important the state tournament is. These are people that have a lot of them never been to Carroll. And they love it. They love what they see. And the state people love it. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mary.
Go ahead, do one more here, go ahead.
Kim Tiefenthaler, Barry stole most of my stuff, but that's all right.
Don't take my phone, please.
You can have mine. Same thing, state baseball. Sat down with the officials from Boone, and they were so appreciative of the investment we did to our field. First thing I did, our first night we were with them, I thanked them for coming to Carroll, bringing this tournament back to us. And they said, no, thank you for your improvements, and thank you for inviting us back. So they love Carroll. Now, like I said a few months ago, when I was sure they were going to come but wasn't positive, I'd be shocked if after our first 4 years on the schedule that we don't keep getting them years and years after, because they love Carroll. They made sure they let me know that, so I thanked them, and I thank Carroll, you folks, everybody, for the investment we put into that field. As Barry was talking, it's a great field, and it worked out. So thank you for everybody, what we did.
All right, very good. I was going to make some comments about this during the comments from the mayor's section, but I think it's more appropriate to do this here. And even more appropriate than what I could say, which is thank you to everybody and the workers, everyone else. I got permission from Chad to read his Facebook post regarding what happened. So Chad Tiemeyer wrote the following: after 97 hours this past week working at historic Merchants Park, I can honestly say it was one of the most rewarding weeks of my career. Hosting the Iowa State Baseball Tournament for the small classes is a privilege, and this year's tournament was the best yet. To our incredible staff and volunteers, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your tireless work behind the scenes, prepping the field, running concessions, welcoming teams and fans, keeping everything clean, safe, and running smoothly, that's what makes this event special. You gave up your time, your energy, and in some cases your sleep, all to make sure Carroll shined on a statewide stage. I'm proud every day to call Carroll my home, but especially proud this week. And just when I thought it couldn't get any better, we received word that Historic Merchants Park has been named the National Baseball Coaches Association Region 5 Diamond of the Year. This is a huge honor and a reflection of the pride and care we all pour into this field. From the field to the warm welcome extended to every visitor, this is what community looks like. Thank you all. Special thanks to you, Nikki Davis, for bringing Hayden and Parker over to spend a few days helping us out. I barely got to see Hayden. This is a little more personal, but I'm just going to read it. But I think Parker loved every second of the time at Merchants Park. I'm terrible at taking photos, but I did get some to my wife, who would see me less than an hour a day. Lucky her. That's why I kept reading. I had to read it. Thank you for handling and taming the hurricane that is Cooper all week, even at 7.5 months pregnant. Lisa Tiemeyer, to Ashley Schabel for being the biggest asset of the state tournament committee and being the glue that holds us all together. And Iowa High School Athletic Association for continuing to choose Carroll. Thank you all so much for your hard work. That's his post on Facebook. I could not say it any better, so I asked him if I could read that, and that's a terrific letter that he put out for people. All right, thank you. Chad will be thrilled to find out that when he's gone, that's when people applaud. Not when he's here. All right, so we'll move on to, we have no ordinances this evening. We have a resolution. It's called Personnel Policies Update, Section 10.1, Sick Leave, and Aaron.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. In the past, when a benefit or a change in policy has been negotiated through one of the unions, it has then been implemented into our personnel policy. The police union has in their contract that employees shall continue to accrue sick leave while on any other compensation leave. Upon retirement from the police department, the city shall pay an employee 1/4 of all accrued sick leave over 720 hours at the hourly rate he or she is making at the time of the retirement. The last sentence there is what the city employees outside the police union do not have in the personnel policy. So the city is recommending that we implement that into our personnel policy for the rest of the employees.
Aaron, what's the max that they can bank?
The maximum hours that you can bank is 1,440 hours. So if you were, it takes 15 years of no sick leave, taking no sick leave to get to that. And if you were to get to retirement, which you have to retire, you can't just resign, you would get paid out 180 hours, which I think is a pretty good benefit for somebody, for example, could use that towards their COBRA pay or something like that to get themselves to a Medicaid situation.
So this is only if they're gonna retire, not if they leave for a different job?
Correct, only if they retire.
So moved.
Second.
Jason,
Tom.
no,
Tom seconded it.
Jason made the motion. Tom seconded it.
Yeah.
Roll call vote, please.
Mauer,
Yes.
Seaman,
Yes.
Trick,
Yes.
Atherton, Wardenaro.
Yes.
Jerks.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, we have one report this evening, mayor and council pay discussion. And Aaron?
Yep, I was asked to do some research on comparing our annual mayor pay and the annual council pay. You have in front of you on your in your agenda the annual pay for each of. I received 6 responses back, so that's what you have in front of you. We would like the council and mayor to discuss and then report to advise us as to what you would wish to move forward with.
Okay, so we all see what we are being paid at this time. We just put this on to see if there was any interest in changing this at all. I'm going to say that personally I am comfortable where it's at, but that doesn't mean that it has to stay that way. As I see it, we're not. I don't want to see this go to a point where people are running for this council to make money. But I certainly am comfortable with what we're being paid because we all know we have expenses probably exceeding what we are getting paid at this time anyway. Just paper alone sometimes. So that's my comments. Does anyone else have any comments about this before we consider a motion? No?
Don't have to have a motion.
I know,
would just
consider,
say-
I said.
Yeah, consider or give us
Correct.
direction for next time is fine.
Okay, that's fine too, but
I agree with Jerry. I've been on the council since '06. We've been at this rate. This is the first time in all my years in the council this has shown up on an agenda that I can remember. And I've always said, when talking, just among other council members, and they've informally, not at a meeting, brought it up, that I really believe that we should be like the local school board. They work very hard. I looked at the number of meetings they had last year, and even though they only schedule one meeting a month, they had 24 meetings, and the agendas were up at the website, et cetera. I personally would not care. I don't care what other cities are doing. I really don't.
In this situation,
For,
let's verify that, in this
yeah,
situation.
I mean,
I'll remember that
every
for later.
city's different. And I agree with Jerry. I think what we're receiving is fair, and I can't think of a rationale for raising it. I think it would be really petty, being blunt. So I'm for keeping it as it is.
All right, like I said, I'm open to any other suggestions. Does anyone feel that we should be making an adjustment at this time?
I think you should make an adjustment for the special meetings.
Special meetings?
Yeah, we've done so many of them this year alone, let alone the last 3 years.
Okay,
Just like the other, who was it, Oskaloosa does it for that?
I see
Not
that.
asking for an increase.
For their special meetings, that's if somebody, I guess, well, their special meetings, I guess, would be considered our budget meetings, our strategic planning, and then for example, we had a special council meeting to approve the letter of understanding, or memo of understanding. And you could,
We've also had one for concrete, I will agree with Tom, there have been quite a few special meetings, like, we've had one for concrete, we had one to approve a letter, there have been quite a few special meetings, there has been. And so I'll agree with you on that, so I'm not gonna put that part down on you.
Not saying you have to raise the pay, but when you're here,
Anyone else have a comment at all?
What about our planning sessions? Is that extra, Tom, or are you considering that not extra?
for the special meeting,
Okay.
We also have work sessions here and there that, there hasn't been any lately, but those have happened
That's our
over
strategic-
time.
making a
that's our
suggestion.
strategic
Yes, I
planning
understand, but there's
budget
other
meeting.
ones too, but,
It's gonna get voted on, so it doesn't matter.
right, so,
I'd be willing to, I'd be willing to agree with that part, I think that's a meet in the middle, I think, like,
okay.
I don't know how anyone else feels.
Anyone else have a comment about this?
Well, I was actually a no until I heard Tom talk. That makes some sense.
well, we can write the ordinance that says for special council meetings, we can have that at our,
Yeah, I don't think
At
there's
the-
any way we could make a motion this evening, but
no.
No, you can't.
we
But
could,
we have to write
we
the
could
ordinance and bring
certainly,
it back.
we could certainly do that for now, yeah, there'd be plenty of time. Okay, so the direction here is to prepare that, an extra for special meetings. $50 to $100 is what they put, I guess. I'd stay on the low end, it was 50 to 100, right?
Well, it was 50 for
50
special
to 100
meetings.
for
and-
special meetings.
Yeah, the 100 was for something else. I can't remember off the top
Okay.
of my head.
That's for citizens, like the little concrete thing that we had to come in for, remember that? That would have been $100.
Yes,
And then I assume that's assessed onto that
they would have to actually,
individual.
they would actually have to pay for that meeting.
Yes.
That's how Oskaloosa has that. If they,
Yeah, I kinda
if they
like
bring
that
the
too,
council
but
in
yeah.
for a special meeting, then they end up paying for that meeting.
And there needs to be an exemption in there for emergencies. Obviously, if it's an emergency meeting, like I don't think that, there's a national disaster.
Sure.
Like if there's an emergency that needs to be in there, but some of these special, I could probably, yeah. How do you guys feel?
Hearing that, what do you think about a cap per month or anything like that? I mean, some of these can be 5-minute meetings and let's say we have 3 or 4 of those and there's a couple $100.
Yep, I could
Is
do a
that,
cap too.
wanna think about a cap? So you think that you could write
Well,
that into it or
That
not?
wouldn't be any
If-
different than now. We might have a 30-minute meeting or a 3-hour meeting here.
Exactly.
So you gotta have it based on meeting, not time, is my opinion.
Right, that's what, I wasn't saying time, I was talking about a max number per in case we had a few 5-minute meetings, I thought that it would look bad to schedule meetings that we know are gonna be low, and then people would perceive that as, oh, they just wanted to
Pad their pocket.
pad their pocket.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm thinking maybe we should have,
But we also had some closed meetings that were here a long time to offset that.
oh, I agree.
I don't know, that just comes with the job, like with any job.
Okay,
And sometimes you have to take on extra responsibilities. The school board has extra meetings. They have planning sessions, they have retreats. They do all sorts of things. They do not get paid for those.
Oh, that's the school board.
Yeah,
That's not city
Yeah,
council.
we're not
Well,
city
it's a
council,
very challenging
We don't compare
position.
ourselves to other boards.
Well, I
Just-
do.
Oh, now you, okay.
Anybody can.
Earlier you didn't, I don't know what you compare yourself to, but
Yeah,
that's fine.
All right.
well, I'm just
We're
So-
looking
back
at
and
the
forth.
work.
so if there's, all right.
I think we need some more thinking on this.
Right, so let's, if you kind of have a guide as to what we're
Well, once you get. some-
looking at,
Yeah, once you
no
get some
raise in
numbers
pay.
Together, so
Right,
then we can think on it some more.
right. So,
Okay.
you have some guidance as to what to put into an ordinance if we, all right? Everybody okay with that?
Yep.
Okay, let me go back to, I don't think we. All right, we're down to information only reports, which there was one in there to read, very interesting one. And then, comments from the mayor, I had some, but now I don't, since I already did that. How about from the city council this evening? Anyone? And from the city manager?
Things went really well last week.
That's
all I had.
true. Does anyone have a motion to adjourn?
Do it here.
Tom?
He got it, he got it.
You think he did?
Second. Yeah.
I don't know his speed is- Okay, I'll go with Jason. If you think that's right, Jason made the motion and Tom seconded it. Roll call vote, please.
Yes, 18 months into it, I finally got there.
What's that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 All right, thank you all.